2NURFM News for our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay. Open 7 days for your convenience.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Georgia Moylan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Hunter MPs are joining Shadow Minister Jody Harrison's efforts to secure funding for GP access after-hours clinics. With emergency department waiting times already over 4 hours, they're calling on New South Wales Premier Mike Baird to request funding from the Abbott government. Jody Harrison says the issue needs to be addressed immediately.
The Premier and his government really need to find a solution to the problem before it hits. Hospitals are going to be stretched with the closure of GP access after-hours service. It's a problem created by the federal Abbott government, and it's a problem that needs to be solved in the Hunter by this New South Wales Baird government.
Streets and roads across the Hunter are set to benefit from the doubling of investment in the Roads to Recovery program. The announcement was made in Tuesday's federal budget report, which revealed financing of the program will increase to over $4 million. Paterson MP Bob Baldwin says the funding is an invaluable asset for the communities across the Hunter.
Good quality roads save lives. Good quality roads mean more efficient and effective means of transport, particularly in regional rural communities where distance is an issue, where you have councils such as Dungog, which have large land mass and small rate base, and a lot of roads to repair. This is very welcome funding for communities just like that.
Crews from Port Stephens Council are working with the neighbouring Shire of Dungog to lend a hand following the April storms. While they were able to help restore 2 pipelines and a section of road at Clarencetown, Capital Works Section Manager Greg Cable says they are happy to do more to help the struggling town.
We will keep in contact with Dungog to make sure that if they need any assistance in the future that we can offer what we can to them. But obviously it's going to be a long battle to get all their roads back up to scratch and all their infrastructure back safe and working properly.
Businesses affected by the levy development in Moylan will be allowed to defer council rate payments until January of next year. Council announced it will be introducing a payment plan to reduce the financial burden of development on nearby businesses. The payment plan doesn't need to be completed until June next year and can be negotiated by business owners, as Council General Manager David Evans explains.
The arrangement and the method of payment, or the frequency, if you like, is something that can be tailored to the needs of the particular business. We're not asking for any more than an agreement between the business ratepayer and the council.
Port Stephens Council are calling for community input on erosion issues at Corlette for long-term protection of the foreshore. Residents of the foreshore and surrounds are encouraged to complete a survey to help ensure options for the management of the area are in line with community expectations. Strategy and Environment Section Manager Tim Crosdale says the issue needs to be tackled.
Really, it's around managing an area of public land. Along that point, it's public land, so what we're looking to do is to protect that so it's available for the whole community to use, but also in some areas where the erosion is more prevalent, it is quite close to a number of houses, so we are looking to get that solution in place.
Maitland Jail will be opening the doors to its hospital this Sunday for the first time since the facility closed in 1998. The opening will include guided tours and an interpretive display in the single ward of the hospital, which accommodated some of Australia's most hardened and notorious criminals. Coordinator Gordon Sorber says there will be a range of activities, but the tours are the standout feature.
The guided tours are obviously something that's important as far as we're concerned for people who want to actually know about what the jail does, so they've got the opportunity of trying to go around the site and under the different styles of guided tours that we have, the ex-inmate, an ex-warder and a history tour, so all of those are available during the day.
And in finance, the All Ords is up 21 points at 57.13 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 80.59 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, NewcastleCheapestCars.com.au.
Newcastle Knights 5/8 Jared Mullen could be facing season-ending surgery to mend his toe injury. The Red and Blue will be without their primary playmaker for the next 4 to 6 weeks in hopes physiotherapy and conservative treatment can instead mend the injury. Forward Jack Stockwell says defence has been their main focus this week.
Defence wins games, and we have been lacking in that department, I guess, so we're going to really step it up. We've been doing a bit of practice on that, so we're really going to take it in this Tigers game.
Meanwhile, centre Joey Leilua is cutting his time with the Knights short, exercising the get-out clause of his contract with the club. The Samoan international signed a 2-year deal with the Knights in April last year, but is entitled to explore other options now coach Wayne Bennett has left the club. The Canberra Raiders are hot favourites to secure Leilua for the 2016 season. And in basketball, the Maitland Mustangs are set to take on the Central Coast tomorrow night, hoping for their first win since March. That's sport. I'm Tandi Chindoe.
2NURFM news time is 2:05.